Yo, what's good, everybody, and welcome back to the Headspace Podcast. This is your boy HSR, and joining me tonight,
well, it's your boy Chris Chrome.
This is where you introduce yourself. Fuck, jeez, get on.
Okay, so for whoever doesn't know, this is James.
No,
Say your name. Fuck.
I understand what I'm supposed to do. I thought you were gonna say more, Chris.
Let's move along.
I'm Nuclear Convoy.
Yes, he's in from Toronto this weekend to go cover some wrestling show. I'm going to link his blog where he covers wrestling stuff below. Sorry, I'm just going to plug you. It'll go quicker. And you should check out his shit, especially if you like independent wrestling, because he has a good eye for that motherfucking stuff. All right, moving along. This is episode 38, and Chris, why don't you just tell us what fucking album are we doing tonight?
All right, so for this week's Headspace album, we decided to go with Anime. I apologize. I'm gonna do the Canadian thing. Go Amin, and
No, that's the Quebecois, bro.
Anyway, it's
Aminé.
Aminé's new album, Good For You.
Yes, and
It's been out for what, at least like
this is it. It came out 2 Fridays ago, so we're the 4th of August today. So last week it came out, and we reviewed the other album that we reviewed, and so we didn't do that one. But then nothing great came out this week. Yes, I know Ugly God dropped a mixtape, but it was really short, so I figure, we chose this one. Plus,
I don't know. I
Aminé's
saw
got
Ugly
this-
God in like a freestyle, and I wasn't too impressed. So I'm kind of okay that we went with
To be fair,
Aminé.
Aminé's kind of like lit music, so instead of soda streams, we're going to take a break from the norm, and we drinking wine.
From mugs.
Like fucking corner store wine, because we ghetto like that sometimes.
Listen, it's what Aminé would want in terms of his party music type style that he has.
Yes.
I'm just going to dive into it. Hold it. I'm sorry. So this week we decided to go with Aminé's.
Hold on. Have you listened to Veggies before?
No, and I
Have
also...
you listened to Veggies before?
No, I listened to him
Awesome.
because of this.
I knew the guy before because Rap Critic, who I'm going to link below, happened to do the song Caroline, and I heard him give a favorable review to it, which is rare for a modern rapper, so I bumped it.
Especially for Rap Critic.
I have been putting Caroline by this dude on repeat. You
Listen.
Hold on.
No. We will get...
Hold on.
Hold in. We'll get to that
You're
during
right,
the
you're
album
right.
review,
I should do
okay?
that.
Because
Okay,
we're going to have a
maybe.
little argument, okay? There's more to come. Listen,
Exciting.
I'm going to do what Daemon usually does. As you see, she's not here. If you want to skip all of this little chitter-chatter about how we talk about when we found him out and all this shit, you can skip. Press the more button on the bottom. It'll show you the rest. You can go to the parts you like with whatever song. We will describe it, and you'll love it. In terms of that,
Beautiful.
James, when did you hear about Aminé?
When Holden told me that's what
Yeah.
we're reviewing.
That's what we
So,
just
like
established.
last week?
No, I guess. And then he listened to it today, I think.
Nice. Holden,
Yeah,
when did you
today.
learn about him?
I just said that. Like, you're now being
Yeah.
redundant. Like, it's like you're
You-
not even...
I'm just trying
Okay.
to do the thing.
Okay, I know, but we
The
did
thing was already done.
And then you redid it, and we're going to keep this in. People seriously skip ahead. We're tipsy. It's not going to be
It's
the
good.
norm.
Anyway,
So basically, it's worth noting before we talk about anything else that Aminé is like a fun, silly kind of party type rapper.
Okay, I'm gonna stop you right
No,
there.
no, the sound of the music, dude.
okay, fine. The sound itself is very party, and he has this captivating way of getting you to feel
Right.
energetic and
My point
happy.
is-
But he's
is
also
you can't
also
come at the guy like lyrical bars, rappers. and
not
you're
true. Not true.
We'll
We will
get
see
there.
throughout
He's
the
not
album.
A backpacker.
No, he's not. No, he's not.
Therefore, you can't come at him with that level of like Wu-Tang type lyricism.
No, okay, listen.
That's
I'm gonna
what
make
I'm
it clear.
trying
I'm
to
not
say.
expecting Wu-Tang lyricism,
So then
but
let
I
the man finish his point and stop trying to imply anything because you're not even listening, Chris. What I'm saying is to the people out there, when you listen to something like this, you gotta be in a frame of mind to listen to something like this. I would not say.
Are you just trying to validate the fact that we're drinking wine?
Yes.
No, I'm not. I'm actually trying to say my point of view on the album. Like I was explaining to the man before, as he was on the train listening to it. It has a lot to do with the frame of mind you're in, right?
It does.
I think that it's not about being sober or not, right? Don't play it like that. What I'm trying to say is this is a context. This is like a barbecue and a sunny day type feeling, vibe appropriate music.
Yeah, I see that.
It's kind of like don't shit on techno music if you're like hearing it at a rave, it makes sense. If you're listening to it on a bus, you might like that or not. It doesn't make the songs better or worse. What I'm saying is, what I've come to see with these reviews is it's important to understand like the context of the music. That's all I was trying to convey before you fucking jumped down my throat with some bullshit.
But you know what? Straight up, you actually have a point with that.
Thank
you have
you.
to be in a certain mindset to turn around and listen to Aminé's album. It's not just the album, just
not
the type
every
of music
track.
he makes.
No, we'll get into the tracks.
We will get into that, but
But
you have
hold
a
on.
point. You have a point.
I think we should move along a little bit because, you know, arguing about drivel's fucking useless to these people.
Fair enough.
Unless you like it, tell us in the comments and shit.
Yes, drivel.
Let's
drivel
talk about the
us.
cover. Let's talk about the title. What did you guys feel when you heard "Good for You"? do you think of that?
Honestly,
I honestly thought it was gonna be just a whole bunch of weed.
really?
Yeah, no.
Wait,
Just
really?
like after hearing Caroline,
Okay,
I totally,
not to
that,
see.
that was the first song I heard. It's very clear what type of a
We'll get
person
to what
he
it's
is.
about.
right.
And when I heard the name of the album, I thought it was like, it's good for you.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I got like two things from it. So one, I got "It's Good for You," like his album.
Is good for you.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like nutrients, but then also good for you. Go fuck yourself. Because it can go both ways, depending on how you read it with the tone of voice you're saying it, right?
Okay, am I the only person that got that he is good for the person he's dedicating the album
That was
to?
literally what? Like, that's the first thing we both said. You're agreeing with us.
No. He said that weed, like initially he said that weed is good for you because
It wasn't
of
the
this.
first thing I said, but
Well, we're talking about the title "Good for You." Like, the album is good for you.
No, I'm talking, the title album for me, when I read it, I took it as good for you, like Amin is good for whoever he's
Yes,
dedicating the album
exactly.
to.
That's what we're saying. We're
he
agreeing.
is good for you.
All right, I'm so on some next level. I apologize,
That's
everybody.
because,
I apologize.
this
Feel
is
free
why-
to let comments and
This is why we don't normally drink. Anyway, now let's move on to this cover because he's taking a fucking
I love
shit
it.
on the blue cover,
I
naked.
fucking love this.
that's
cover.
part of it's
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 amazing.
personal. I mean, who doesn't feel
You
personal?
know what
Like,
I can tell you? I will never forget this album cover. For the
Nah,
rest of my
never.
well,
life.
yeah, who do you
iconic,
have
man.
shitting on a damn blue
And
toilet?
it's bold, right? Like,
Yeah.
And you know what? After listening to the album, it just shows his blatant "I'm gonna be me, I'm gonna
Yeah.
do me" thing.
Yeah.
Bright colors and bold.
And I like the fact that there's no branding, there's no marketing, his name's not even on it. It's really just him like taking a shit. Like,
How did you
know,
feel about the yellow background?
I
like
love
just
it.
flat out. I want to just ask that. Both of you.
Again, I like it because from like a branding point of view, this will work as a thumbnail. This is
Oh, God,
really
it's
good.
so- it stands out.
Okay,
man. You
okay.
scroll through your playlist, I'm like, dude's bold. I get why he picked yellow because nobody fucks with yellow. Good
Yeah.
on you, man.
Fair enough.
Okay,
Fair
fuck
enough.
it. We've
All
been
right.
talking about nothing for too long. Chris,
Let's just
did
dive
you
into
have
the
your
album.
veggies yet today? Did you have your veggies?
Now pass me the lighter. Oh, flame calling, so she wanna light.
So I just want to start this off.
Go ahead.
So it starts off and it reminds me of the song Lust from Kendrick Lamar's Damn in the sense of its repetition serving a purpose, right? So it's about a relationship with a girl that's just kind of a one-nighter situation and it feels like it's on repeat. It's like he goes in day out and it's the
Hold
same
on.
type of shit.
But it's not just I don't.
Hear me out. Let me finish.
Okay.
And then, so he goes through. I mean, he's fucking the chick on the regular, but it's just kind of sex.
But it's not just a regular
It
chick.
feels like it's like his experiences with this one particular girl happen to feel like the same day repeating like Groundhog Day. Therefore, the verses are basically the same. But then, about 2 verses into the song, it just fucking flips, and he just flosses for a verse, and Ty Dolla $ign and him, and just talk a bunch of shit.
All right.
And it's a completely different song. And I just want to start this off by saying, what the fuck happened there?
I
Like, we
can
started off
explain all this.
talking
I have so much energy. First thing,
Relax yourself, Chris.
you are extremely right on everything you said on what the message of the song is. The only thing I want to ask you is, did you realize that it's about his ex-girlfriend?
I don't care.
But no, that's part of the context. You have to understand that this is not just a regular.
Are you just saying
Ho-
that
ho-
he's
ho-
flossing because now he's made it, so go fuck yourself?
Yes, that's exactly the entire point of the
does it
song.
bother you?
He's explaining. So okay, I'm gonna do what I usually do. He explains in the first verse that his old flame is calling him, that she needs to be with him and make all those moves and
He's
shit.
just banging her.
And he's banging her. Yeah, he's doing his thing. And then in the
it's like
second
Groundhog
verse,
Day.
now he's kind of confused in the second verse
The
where
second
he's like...
verse is literally every single line except for the last line being the same line.
Right, that's the part where he's confused because all he can think of is the same shit that he keeps thinking of all the time.
Not
And then you know
clever.
what happens? On the third verse, he's like, fuck it, I'm gonna floss on my ex because I don't need to
Completely
deal with it.
Fucking takes
So,
points off the
but-
song for me.
Why?
Because it's just lame. It went from being a really interesting, mad, next level Kendrick Lamar tier song in terms of at least concept, maybe not skill and delivery, but like it's dope. And then he just turned into every other rapper for a minute.
But hold on. No,
Dolla
you
Sign-
cannot say that. Oh,
Yes,
don't
I
do
can.
not get me started on time.
I can say flat out that third verse was boring.
No.
It was one of the worst verses.
In
on
terms of what?
his
In terms
verse-
of what?
genericness and crappiness.
Hold on.
I
If you
honestly
think...
felt the song petered out halfway through.
Right when that third verse
Yeah,
kicks
yeah,
in.
totally. It
Okay, I'm going to defend him here.
completely
The only reason I get it that you guys think that is generic, and fine, I'll admit it is generic.
Okay.
He's flossing, he's making money. Cool. But in terms of the context of the song, on how he's flexing on his ex, he's forgot about the past bullshit, the looping, and the problem. Now
that
he's doing his
doesn't
good thing.
change the
It's
fact
giving the
that
hold on.
what he chose to say
No.
with it all-
It's giving the context of him now starting to be positive after all the negativity. That's what he's trying to give. And look, I agree
so what
with you.
you're saying is he chose to be really boring and generic to prove a boring and generic
I don't
point.
think it was generic and boring. I think he
That's
made
my
a good
point.
step.
Anyway,
Did anybody else love the fact that the first track is called Veggies on an album titled Good For You?
yep, that was a deliberate.
I
Okay.
love that.
Okay.
And I could see how that's like this relation.
And this song is good for you in the sense of it's
Okay.
it has a really poorly twisted turned positive message.
I think that's okay.
Let him talk.
I don't like the song terribly much.
Go
but
ahead.
I can't deny that it falls into a pattern throughout the entire album of him trying to have this really honest to himself positive message. He's definitely not perfect and he admits it. But
He's self-aware.
yeah, very self-aware. I love it.
I want to give him the points there. Even in a shitty third verse, it does have a level of self-awareness that like the regular folk don't have.
Nice.
Okay, what did you give it, James?
2.5?
Jesus.
Okay, that's fine. Why? You have to talk more. express your
2.5
feelings.
because it just... I really was turned down by the final part of the song. No matter how good the first part was, if it doesn't have follow through on that, it's a disappointment, and that's going to knock extra off because fuck him. He
Fair
disappointed
enough.
me.
Fair enough.
4. I think it's really solid. I think the beat's amazing. He even if I don't like the third verse, he shows technique and variation. And fuck Dolla Sign. So I don't understand his contributions here.
Oh my god.
Like it's not like he added to the song. I think Aminé could have done it all on his own, and it would have been just as good. And I feel like it was a feature grab, and that bothered me a little bit. Like he didn't have to be there, but having his name there is going to help sell the album, kind of thing. So 4 on 5.
Okay. I agree with you. I have a bone to pick with Dolla Sign. Why is it that please somebody let me know.
I'll answer your question. Right
Why
now.
is it that every fucking verse I've heard Ty Dolla Sign on, he has to validate himself?
Because most rappers will say their name in every song.
Not
Why?
true.
Because
Not true.
It's like go to the 90s. Go
Listen.
to it.
Listen.
Eminem
I
says
understand.
his name in every fucking song.
And I get it. And I would still feel the
That's
same
all
way.
He's doing. He's because he knows he sounds like all the other guys, so he's making sure you know which one of these guys he is. Because now
It's
there's
weak.
Like 8 of him.
It's weak. I'm gonna say it
Agreed.
straight. It's fucking weak. I
Agreed.
don't think that Ty.
Basically,
Look,
what we can say. What did you give this song?
hold on. I want to validate it. I gave it a 4 on 5. The only reason why I gave it a 4 on 5 is again because Ty Dolla Sign's on it, and he has to validate himself
So like we were saying, Ty Dolla Sign's being a little yellow in his fucking delivery.
a little.
Myself, you know you do the same if that was yourself. I was
All right, James. Shut up, Chris. James, how do you feel about this song?
It's super fun. Okay, so it's got this really awesome bouncy feeling to the beat. Mm-hmm. It's very lighthearted. Mm-hmm. And the entire opening is filled with these fucking great puns and turns of phrase that just it makes me happy. Like, he uses feta instead of cheese to imply money.
Yes.
It's great. I love it. It's so just irreverently
been done
silly.
before.
Of course. But it's delivered well.
Right,
And
right.
I love the white girls love him like Coachella bit.
I love the fact that he literally takes the "if Young Metro don't trust you, he gonna shoot you," and turns that into a pun in the song.
Young Metro said he trusts you, so I hugged you. That was nice.
He made
That
a
was
stunting
nice.
like my daddy fucking reference, which I was bumping that track today even before I noticed the reference, which was amazing.
He makes, you know what I really like? I felt a little bit of nostalgia throughout the entire album. I'm going to say this right now.
Yeah.
He has a lot of metaphors that you only, like, that's from my childhood.
Absolutely.
Like, he says a lot of stuff that I'm just like, whoa, like
he's a proper millennial.
yeah,
Yeah,
well, fine,
he's-
we'll take it that. This was a really cool song in terms of
The vibe.
the way he presents it. I was a little thrown to the left field when it came to Nelly. I was like, damn, I haven't
That
heard.
was a sick fucking chorus, okay?
I'm not discrediting the chorus,
But
bro.
we can shit on Nelly for one thing. This is my only flaw in the song. And it's not because it sounds bad. It's just Nelly says he's young and reckless. Nelly is not young. Nelly was popping off when I was 12 years old.
Yes, dude. You remember when he dropped those two albums at the same time?
I remember before that.
Oh, Jesus. I was
remember
young.
Me and my
Yup.
mom vibing to country grammar. That's what I'm saying. I remember his. I'm just saying. Dude's been around for like
Oh, God.
20 plus years. If you consider his underground career before he popped, the fuck you're not young. That's like Jay-Z trying to be forever young. But at least he said like forever young, which made sense.
Like
And
more of a, like a
no,
metaphorical
no.
thing.
But Nelly here does say he's just young and reckless,
Yep.
like he's Aminé, who's 23.
Yup.
And I'm just like, fuck
Aminé's
that.
23.
Yeah.
Oh.
Your age.
Stupidly talented.
What's up, bro?
But this song, man, look, I have to say it's like this. There are songs where you can copy and paste to this song. And what I mean is you can listen to this song 100 times in a row, and it's
Yup.
just so smooth that it's so, there's nothing stupid. Not one line is boring, except for
You
Nelly's
know
line.
why one line is not boring? Because he's very smooth.
And he's smart. And
Yes.
it shows in his cleverness. So rather than playing up on the normal rap puns, he's hitting me up with like shit anybody can relate to, rather than talking about like fashion brands and shit.
Exactly.
Which I can really appreciate as like, not a rich dude.
If you like that type of lyricism where it's all intellectual lyricism, go check out our other podcast when we reviewed Deltron 3030.
Anyway.
I got a nice little feel just because I'm bringing it up because I compared both.
I don't see it. Cause,
Really?
Like lyrically and stylistically, they're super different. But
Right, but just in the form of intelligence,
well,
just
yeah,
the way they
they're very
created their
smart
stuff.
Guys, but I think this does not sound anything like Deltron.
Fair, I might be a little off on that.
Very off. Okay. I
Okay.
mean, not that. Deltron's like a sci-fi fucking show. Like it's worth
Yeah.
checking out.
The
This
context
is a song literally about I deserve to floss.
I mean, I'm just
earned
saying,
it.
like, the type of lyricism, the creativity of intelligence
again,
is there. That's all I want to
Basically,
say.
the only thing I can equate is that they're both smart guys.
Yeah.
That's the only comparison.
But a lot of guys are smart.
We're talking about
Like, that's
Del the
not-
Funky
Yeah,
Homosexual.
absolutely.
No.
No.
A lot of guys are smart, but the music they make is kind of very dumbed down and very
But
simplistic.
this is just, to me, like, it's like every other braggadocious song except, like, hey, wait, I'm a humble guy who all of a sudden deserves to rap. So instead of being like everyone else, I'm going to
But
talk
how
about
did
the
you
shit I
feel?
like.
How did you feel about the title? Like calling it yellow. Like yellow is just a
That's
simple
his
color.
fucking theme, man.
Yeah.
Right,
everything
but
from
how
him
does
is
that
yellow.
relate to him
It is
being
him.
able
It
to
is his
floss?
brand.
As he said on another track, yellow's his color. Yellow is the new black on Mr. Caputo. Yellow's his thing. It's his brand. I don't understand how you missed that. Dog,
Yeah.
this is a 5. This is a perfect fucking jam.
Fair.
I plus this shit real quick. Okay, look, Caroline is the next track. I know there's supposed to be a pun, but it's part of what I wanted to say. And I love that track. I was so excited for that track. I kept restarting Yellow because it's so fucking good, and it prevented me from getting to Caroline for a minute.
Fair.
I'm
fair.
saying that this is a great example of a fun, non-malicious, great rhymed rap song. It's like,
Yeah.
it's
Fair.
not like Macklemore poser safe. It's like a genuinely, this dude is just a fun individual and wrote a great song.
Fair.
You know, you've convinced me to raise my score.
Okay.
We got a raise,
I
guys.
had it 1 point lower at a 4.
But
I don't know. It just part of the message didn't really click with me until I heard you give some
Well,
of
I
your
mean, this
arguments.
is just my
and
ideas.
no, it totally makes sense.
Somebody called me pretentious in the comments recently, so I might come off like that. I apologize.
I want to be
you
your
too.
friend. I just want to say that right now.
Anyway, says everybody given their grade?
No, I have not given my grade.
Shit.
James, you have not given your grade
He
either.
just said he was.
I said 5, Holmes.
He
Oh
did.
yeah,
He bumped
true. You
my
went from a
4
4
to
to
a
a
5.
5.
So-
Cool. I actually gave this song a 4 on 5. The only reason why I gave it a 4 on 5 is because I didn't like the Nelly part.
That's fair.
I'm not hating on Nelly. I
that's
like
cool.
Nelly. I was there. I
Alright,
grew
we're
up with
good.
him.
It's
But
fine. Let's move on. Come on. The next track is fucking Caroline, dude.
you know what? That's still rough.
Myself, you know you do the same if that was yourself. I was
So if replayability is like a measure of a grade in any way, shape, or form,
Which is not.
this track's already a 5.
Oh.
I'm gonna say it like that. I don't understand why I like this song, because lyrically it's wonky. It goes from like being into this chick in a quasi, like first he's into her, then he wants her to shut up, then it's like he's gonna get up in her guts like a Tarantino movie, clever, and then
Yup.
he's a West Side gangsta ass type,
Yup.
and then he doesn't want you to fuck with his shit,
Yup.
and then like he cuts into his weird chorus thing, which is like again about movies and stuff.
Did you not get the message?
And then he completely repeats the entire song like a cut paste. And
Yup.
yet, with this beat, with this delivery, with the way it transitions and flows, I could not care less what he is saying. I am singing along, and it is straight up like I could listen to these two verses.
It makes no sense.
Over and over and over again.
I love it. It's so silly.
And
I get what he's trying to say, but
I think this is a 5 mostly because it has brought me so much pleasure and joy. Hold on. Chris likes to talk about his morning songs. Well, this is a morning song. This is an at lunch when you're pissed off song. This is a when you're finally free from work song. This is a right before bed song.
This is
I
a right
listen to this song at all times of day, and it always makes me happier than I
Dude,
was
you just
before.
put me on the spot, and now everybody in
Oh.
the comments are about to ruin me. You know that, right?
Nobody in the comments is going to comment on this. And
Oh,
if they
yes.
do,
Everybody in the comments is going to ruin me.
Chris, what do you feel about this song?
Okay. The beat is amazing. I'm not going to hate on that.
you can't hate on that.
You're right. I cannot hate on it. Good job, James.
Keep
But
going.
the lyrics are dope. I'm not going to hate on that either.
They're not that dope. I was saying.
Hold on. The flow is dope. I ain't gonna hate on that either.
Absolutely.
But in terms of the song itself, dude, the song's a 3 on 5. Yeah, no, straight up. No,
thought.
hold up. I gotta get serious right now, okay? The song's a 3 on 5 because I feel like he could have done more with this song. He's talking about Caroline, which in my brain is somebody he appreciates and wants to be with or whatever he wants to try to do. Dude, you lucked out by repeating the same fucking shit on the second
agree.
verse. I'm sorry. Look, hold on. When it came to the first track on the album, I get that. Like, the context of the song, the way that it was presented, the way it was made, I felt like you were thinking and rethinking of the same shit. I'm here thinking, yo, you're talking about your Caroline girl, bro. You're supposed to put her on a goddamn pedestal. Like, what are you doing? I fucked that up. But
hold on a second. He tells her to shut up. He asks for zodiac signs.
That's
if she wants safe
that's
sex,
my
put on the knee
problem.
pads. He's gonna get up
That's
into kitty.
my
Like,
problem.
What are you saying?
Because the first verse I understand. I was hoping in for the second verse for him to go into like
Okay, anyway,
explaining
James, how
his.
did you feel about the
Are
song?
you gonna cut me off?
Dude.
Listen,
I
the
can't.
fact. Hold on, I just want to state this right now. The fact that he repeated his exact identical
Get that.
verse, he got a 3 on 5. I was like, there's more you could have done.
Disposable.
I don't
mean,
give a shit.
Did you hear the intro of the song where they're talking about the girl like she's an immaterial object?
I don't care. There's still so much more he could have wrote on this song.
That Caroline represented the love of his life.
No.
I think Caroline represents the random group
No.
His days.
I assumed that Caroline was the girl he's trying to consistently smash
what?
at the current moment.
Okay.
That might be on me. Hey, that might be on me.
But then if you consider that we've already learned on Veggies that he doesn't necessarily like this life, then the repetition has an artistic flair. I'm sorry, dude. But you're almost proving the point. Thank you. Either way, you don't have to like it, but this song isn't about the lyrics and shit.
That's the
It's
part where
about
I'm
how
screwed
good it
because I
sounds.
like the song. I like the song for what it is.
Whatever, let James talk.
Mm.
Now you're repeating yourself.
Yeah, you definitely are repeating yourself.
That's okay. It's what I
James,
do.
go. Shh.
It's a 5. Definitely a 5. It's just too fucking good to be anything but a 5. It's got the right bounce to it in this weird, slow, strange, varying manner. It just sounds unique. I really appreciate it sounding unique.
Okay.
That's fair.
Okay.
It sounds like only Aminé could have ever
Yeah,
written
like
this
I've
song.
never heard anything that quite sounds like this before.
Not true. I've heard songs where people have used the
You
same
know what
verse.
he's fucking heard before.
I didn't say
I'm-
that nothing existed before this.
Fair.
I said
Chris,
I
fair.
have never
Just
heard
stop
anything
talking.
like this.
Keep going, James. Are you done?
No, it was basically like done.
Okay. Fuck it. Chris. when
I
he
need a
drinks,
hero.
he's
You're my hero. In my head.
Absolutely, this track has a split rating for me.
Okay.
I love that fucking intro where nobody can pronounce his name right, because the first time I saw it written down, I knew exactly how to pronounce it. It's Aminé. It's a fucking accent aigu.
Okay,
And
but
it's just
to
a
be fair,
joke that
from
everybody
Canada.
can't pronounce it. Like, people should fucking know how to read accents and learn how to pronounce people's names properly. It's just so infuriating that nobody gives a shit.
To be fair, this guy studied this shit in university, so he has a stick up his ass about it.
And I love just everybody mispronouncing it and the obvious building up of like this frustration he has about it. And then it kicks into this track that I just don't really feel terribly much about in any given way.
Okay.
Like, that intro is a 5. That could be on any track and I would love it.
That could be a skit by itself and it would be lovely.
Yeah,
enough.
exactly.
But I like the fact that it was... Okay. The song, I agree.
The song is like a 3.
I mean, yeah. I'm kind of with you, except that I do think the song's more than a 3. And I'll tell you why. Because as much as lyrically it's a little bland to me, it's just... And I say bland because... Let's say rock and other genres fuck with the concept of this song so much that I've heard it a lot before. Even if the way he's articulated it in rap, I haven't heard as much before here. So for me, it's kind of not new. But in general, it's the idea of like the duplicitous relationship. This girl's like drugs to me, good and bad. And the way he articulates it, it makes me think of My Heroine by Silverstein.
Okay, I understand
And
what you
like,
see in the lyrics.
But to me, it's not overly interesting.
No, it's
But
not.
It's the sound of this song. I realize this vibe is great. It's this smooth vibe, and so far I could put on from Veggies all the way down to here, hit play, and if I had to do work, any kind of work, I don't have to focus on his lyrics unless I want to, and the song still sounds great. He gives you that option to either focus on him or vibe to him, and I think that's particularly cool. And for that reason, I'm giving this shit a 4. I don't have much more to say. The beat's amazing, and his sound is like nobody else right now, and I agree with you. Whoever his beat people are,
Oh,
it's distinct.
it's fucking
Nobody, I don't know. Maybe you know other people, Cruz, but I'm saying I don't see a lot of this in the mainstream.
Absolutely,
Interesting.
I do not see a lot of this
Interesting.
in
All right, now
anything
you can
people
go on,
listen
Chris.
to.
Go free, run.
I gave this song a 4 on 5. It's a good song. It's not badly produced. It's very well produced. It's very well made. It's creative. I'm kind of split though in terms of meaning. I felt like the beginning intro did not fit with the entire song because the song is basically about him being trapped in a relationship that he feels like, you know, the girl is his hero but also his heroine and all this stuff, and it's loop-de-loop. But the beginning of the song for me, it doesn't contextualize the rest of the song. It's people mispronouncing his name. This should have been a skit. Honestly, this should have been a skit on itself to just be like...
I just want to say then, good on you for not trying to inflate your track list, but maybe you should have.
I mean, look, I get the creativity behind it, and of course, as we went back through the classic Quest albums, you should go check that out, of course.
Chris, stop plugging our other shit. Let's talk about this.
I've gotten used to these type of songs, but there was just no reason for this intro, and that's really all I was just like.
Understood.
But I did give it a 4 on 5 because he's lyrically talented. He's got a nice flow, and the song isn't bad.
It's amazingly
Good.
smooth. All right. So
Next.
I'll tell you what I want, what I really, really want. Don't tell me what you want. Yeah, Spice Girls.
Yeah.
And when we get together, hit it like Viva forever. I wanna know.
I just want to say, I got big respect for the fact that he not only dropped the Spice Girl names, but the Zigga Zigga Ah thing.
Yeah.
This shit brought me back to being 12 years old while
And having such a huge crush on the Spice Girls.
While simultaneously, like, I get it. I actually get where he's coming from. You wanted a Spice Girl. You did.
Yep.
It was like maybe your first crush if you're
Yep.
our age.
Yep.
Basically.
And, no, on top of that, their music was dope. I don't care what
It's
anyone
super
says.
catchy. I loved it.
Yep.
And this song is pop in the sense of super catchy like their shit is. The chorus is literally one of the best hooks on the album. The verses are fun. And you know what? When a dude's coming at, and the way he's so almost jovial and childish, but fun in the way he approaches these, I'm like blown away. I like could listen to this back to back to back because it's got such a fun energy. Like you know what I like about this guy? I just want to throw it in here right now. I've heard no negativity. I've heard
100%.
No haterisms.
It's the overarching theme of the
I had
entire
negativity.
album.
And well, what I'm saying is these songs are positive.
Yeah, there's
Songs
Okay,
have
positive
no
okay,
haterisms. There's nobody really talking shit. He's not even shitting on other people, really,
Yeah.
for the most part. There's a little bit of that, yes, but for the most part, it's like he's just kind of being him. It's not about anyone else.
You know,
It's
the
his
entire
vision.
album, Good For You, is also like that ties into the concept of like this is what is good for you. Be you, do you.
Right, right.
And he's
You will
living
succeed
it, though.
if you be you and do
like,
you.
It's basically like this dude grew up on Wu-Tang like the rest of us, keep it real and shit, and he did.
He
And I
just
have
didn't
big
have the
respect for
same
that.
like. He didn't have the same like mentality in a sense. He wanted
He
to take
wasn't
the.
angry.
But anyway, so I just want
Right.
to say this track is like one of the funnest songs I've heard all year. It's a 5. I really love this song.
5.
Oh boy. Well, I give it a 4 on 5.
Okay.
Womp womp.
Look, it's not a bad song. It's really cool. At one point, I kind of just felt like Aminé was just like, I want to use this whole "tell me what you want, what you really, really want" type, like that exact thing. And he had to go get validated by the Spice Girls so he didn't get fucked over. That's honestly how I feel. In terms of how the song is made, it's really great. It's a really great track.
See,
I would blast it. I just...
You clearly didn't want to fuck a Spice Girl when you were
Yeah.
12. Because I did, and he did.
I'm a little
get this.
broken, okay?
What I'm
So...
trying to say is, like, we're a little older than him, so literally when I was 12 is when they were hot. And Aminé is your age, so he gets it. Props on you, my man. But literally, I can tell you that all of us had a favorite Spice Girl that we wanted to smash.
Who was yours?
I kind of like Sporty Spice. That girl looked like she knew she had a good time. She didn't look fake like the rest of them.
I liked Ginger.
No, I'm okay.
That's okay. Anyway.
I'm
So, yeah,
okay.
look, I just gotta say again, it keeps up with the
And my cars.
fun. This song keeps up with like the fun, airy barbecue
Yep.
feel. of
Okay,
it.
shut the fuck up, Holden. We're done.
With the Uchi Wally Wally, sounding like girls at a party on the Molly. I ain't tryna link or bitch.
So when you see a song called STFU, you're probably going, "This is going in a few." Like, you don't know.
Yeah.
Dude, this is an amazing song.
It is. It is. We're not debating that yet. But I just want to say my expectations were not high for this song. And I listened to it, and conceptually, it's amazing.
Dude,
Conceptually, it is.
the
It
best
embodies
concept on the
everything that everybody wants to say to every annoying fucking person in the goddamn world. This song is about Aminé talking to his partner. But you know what?
No, it's not his part. It's everyone. You were right at first, because there are parts of it that are about a girl. There are parts of it that are
Right,
about rappers.
right.
There are parts of it that are basically the gist of it is this: you all talk a lot. You all say what you're gonna do, but none of you are really doing what you're gonna do.
Shut the fuck up.
And when I first heard the intro of this song, and he's talking about it, I didn't even know what it was about yet. My first thought was, he kind of sounds like he's talking to all the rappers who are flossing all the time, and he's just not doing that. And I appreciate that about him. And then he goes into this track where it's that, and then the chorus, like, look, the chorus is really fun. But before we go on about the goodness, I gotta shit on the auto-tune. It really
God,
bothered me.
I hate
Really?
it.
Yeah.
I love the.
That's what got me.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah.
He likes the
Ew.
Migos.
No. It has nothing to do with that. I'll
Ew.
validate it after. James, go on.
I really love the like, I'm being me. I'm doing what I need to do to succeed and actually doing it instead of talking about doing it part.
Right.
Love that message.
Right.
Again, lyrically, it's significantly better than it is sonically.
Okay.
Oh God, it's such a shite song.
It's not that bad, dude. I
Not
give
that
a shit.
bad, bro.
I'm gonna
Like,
say that the auto-tune knocked off a point.
Oh,
But
y'all are
otherwise,
lame.
the song is fine.
I gave it
you
a
can dance
3.
to this. You can vibe to this. It's got a really positive, upbeat feel to it. You gotta consider the beat is excellent. The production is excellent. His flow is excellent. His lyrics are excellent. And if you really start adding in all the factors,
so what you're
it's
saying
really
is it's a 5.
no. I loses a point because that auto-tune shit is just.
Dude, that is the funniest. Look,
It's just he doesn't need to do it. He can
he
sing
does.
this-
No,
he
he
does. I'm gonna
doesn't.
validate this
He
right now.
proves it on the rest of the album because
Right.
it's the only track he does it on, and it just kind of sounds cello-y, whereas he doesn't actually have to do it because his voice on its own is pretty fucking great.
Fair enough. It does sound a little sellouty, but I just have to admit the only reason why I gave this a 5 on 5 is because he's so serious in his verse, and then it's shut the fuck up, and he's all like happy, and it's just
That's a gimmick.
that instant, but that instant change, just it's so funny. It's so funny. 5 on 5. That's all I have to
I
say.
totally don't.
You don't have to agree with him. That's fine. He's entitled to his opinion. That's why I'm not pretentious. I acknowledge that opinions that are not mine are not. I get it. Even if I don't agree with you.
Okay, so
Everyone
who
is
wants to be a bunch of wedding crashers?
Oh,
I'm going to a wedding tomorrow, so fuck.
Yeah, the one I want to tend. Vultures at the altar, tell the pastor to watch.
this track, the first thing I absolutely want to talk about is that fucking beat. I love it. It's
Thank you.
so minimal and plinky. It's got this
Yeah.
plinky sound to it.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Bling, bling, bling. I love it. It's
I
just
would
so...
like to point out that in the very first seconds, it almost sounds like that cliche wedding song,
Yup.
and then it flips away on purpose,
Yup.
just to bring you into a wedding mindset. Brilliant.
Yep.
It plays with that great... and his sort of like dreamy delivery, this like sleepy, hazy delivery of this rebuke of these people who are no longer his partners.
Right.
It's just...
It's not just rebuke. He wants them to play this fucking
Yup,
song
I know.
at their wedding.
It's a diss track against all the people who
That
didn't
he
succeed in
won't attend?
relationships
It's
with.
one of the cleverest diss tracks I've ever heard.
Yep.
I'm vain enough to want that to happen in my life.
Oh yeah, I get it. It's super fun. It's clever. I knocked a point off because of the dude with the auto tune and whoop
Offset.
whoop whoop.
So, okay, because, look, I want to bring this up. So, I was listening to the Offset verse, and I was like, first of all, best Offset verse I've ever heard.
Thank you.
It actually has flow. That's
Yeah.
pretty good. They've learned how to enunciate.
Yeah.
It's pretty solid. And then he goes, woo, woo, woo. And I'm just like, bro, did you really have... I mean, is that his thing? If that's
Yes,
his thing,
it is his thing. It
It's
is
a
his
shitty
thing.
thing.
Yes.
That's what I'm going to say. It's not a good thing. But it's the best Offset verse I've heard. But it's still an
Offset
auto-tuned
verse.
kind of fucking... Because here's the thing.
Dude, the
His
auto-tune was
ver-
whack.
No, I want to throw it off. There's a contrast here. Aminé comes in with this, like, listen, this is a track about all the girls I used to like and, like, blah, 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 blah.
Right.
And it has a high level of integrity and intelligence to it. And Offset dropped an Offset verse. Not like, but that's it. It's an Offset. It might be a great one.
It just is what it is.
And
Right.
it's just kind of aimless.
Right.
And it doesn't feel right. It feels
Right.
a game like a feature grab. And
Right.
it feels like he needed it. And if that's the case, I respect it. But that's the reason I gave this a 4.
Oh god! And did you see?
Because it was amazing, except for Offset.
Did you see the video when they performed it live?
No, I did not.
There's a video of like the Late Show with Seth Meyers, where they performed this song live.
I want to point out that I did watch the intro to that, and Seth Meyers is as awkward as he always is.
I love how awkward he is.
I know, but he's very awkward. Anyway, let's go on.
Yeah, and that was the first time I heard it, and at that point I really fucking hated it. I just thought it was terrible. I couldn't really understand a lot of it. It didn't sound good. compared to the recorded version. I bumped it up a point because of the recording quality.
Okay.
And it let me better hear what was going on and understand the nature of the song. But still, I could do without that entire Offset bit. And
Because Aminé's sick.
yeah, it's just these people who are featuring don't measure up to the quality.
It's okay. You got to understand that this is about fame. Offset is an established part of the biggest. Like, I might not like Migos, but they do something that's so good that people seem to love them, and I don't understand it. But they are huge. So having Offset on your verse is worth it.
It's just like having Quavo on your verse. The same shit.
Honestly, Quavo, Ratatouille. Anyway, I'm getting distracted.
Nah.
It's not important enough to worry about further.
All right, Chris, you've been very
So
good and
that was a
behaved.
4 from me. A 4.
We cut Chris off. Yeah. Anyway, go on. Tell us about your
So
feelings.
generally, as everybody would think, I would give this a 5 on 5 because Offset from the Migos is on the track. But I was not impressed. This song is a smashing 4 on 5. It's not badly produced. It's very well written. Aminé has a really crazy verse. I'm going to say it. Offset has a really crazy verse. The only thing that pissed me off about Offset is the wacky, fucked up auto-tune. No. I support you guys. I like your shit. I like what you do.
But it's okay on STFU.
But no. Aminé's auto-tune on STFU is good.
I don't like it.
Offset's auto-tune on this track, no.
So what'd you give it?
No, I give it a 4 on 5. That's it. Like it's again, it's
What'd
a
you give
really
it,
banger
James?
track.
4 on 5.
All right. Yo, who here is excited for Sundays?
Eh.
Like a blessing, but finding one to love is getting harder every second.
So, apparently the first verse of this song was what he used for his, I think it's double XL freshman cypher verse thing, which is
Right.
okay. And honestly, I like this song, but I like the second verse of this song a hell of a lot more than I like the first verse of this song.
Interesting.
I feel like the first verse almost feels a little like he's a little all over the place. Like he's trying to say a lot of things at once. But the second verse is a little more coherent, focuses, stays on point, and delivers a better version of the message. I like the fact that he has the religious undertones, so we get the feeling that he has this religious background. He's not necessarily comfortable with God. I like the idea that there are Sundays in your life, and this is his favorite day, so it's obviously a metaphor for good days and bad days.
Yep.
And that most days are shitty, because I can tell you, when you on the grind, most days are shitty.
Oh, yep.
But you do have these amazing days, like when you happen to choose to get drunk on a Friday night that you're going to regret the next day. And honestly, those Sundays, as he puts it, are really cool when they come. But, so I'm going to just, because I'm almost done with this one, I don't have a lot to say. Smooth, but somber.
I love the
Changes
somber.
the tone. And this is the exact halfway point of the album. So it's
Yup.
really interesting that he chooses to go 7 aloof, fun songs to go into a serious topic halfway through. And I give it a 4 because as much as I do like the tone change, it takes it's harder to like this song than I feel like some of the others. But it's deep, it's well made. But that first verse just doesn't feel as right to me. So 4 on 5.
Yeah, I really love the somber nature of it. It's the reason it scored at least as well as it did. But overall, there's just something about it that feels a little lower quality than the rest of it so far. It's just like there's a little less polish to the production of this song, and I get that he's going for a specific message that includes things like poverty and illness.
Maybe it's just out of his comfort zone.
It could be.
He's so good at these fun, positive songs that when he tries to get serious, it just doesn't fit as snug.
Yeah, 'cause
Honestly,
he's not yet familiar with how to deal with the sounds and.
Honestly, I think it's just Aminé's acknowledging the fact that he is religious and that Sunday is like the holy day. And straight up, I think it's just Aminé's acknowledgement of Sunday's the holy day.
Because the first verse, he kind of like. I feel like the God parts has to just do. I feel like there's a struggle with it. Like,
Right. But I'm saying, like, in terms of, I'm not saying that you have to go to
Okay, I
church
see what
on
you're saying.
Sundays.
You're
I'm
right,
saying
you're right.
just he's
That's why
found peace on Sundays, and he's found happiness, and he's
Okay.
found how to cope with it.
Okay.
So for him, coping, peace, and happiness might be holy for him. For him. So
Okay.
that's all I really got it from. I didn't really take it as
that's
serious.
valid. That's a very good point.
4 on 5.
I gave it a 3.5 on 5.
Okay.
You ain't around this
Validate.
turf.
Go further.
Well, it just, for all that I liked the positive message and the somber sound, it just wasn't sonically interesting.
All right, I understand. You said it was poorly produced. All right, we did talk about this.
Yes.
So I guess you can say I was shitting on your turf or some shit like that.
Oh, don't shit on my turf.
Living in LA for the weather. I FaceTime mine when I miss her. I got some homies that.
Okay. This is like a coming of age track of sorts. Like
I
he's kind
really
of coming
like
to
this.
terms with.
Absolutely. But it's
Like his specific story. He left home and he kind of tells it, and it has a lot of maturity, wisdom.
because
in
it's
it.
not just a coming of age story. It's him looking back and reflecting on his
Yep.
coming of age story.
Yep.
It's a man who's been seasoned looking back at what he did that put him on this path. And it's got a nice somber tone. I really connect with the I don't want to be the guy who stays in my hometown.
Yeah.
That I grew up in a small little town called Hudson in Quebec, and like half the people who grow up there never escape, and I don't see them having lives
You gotta
that
keep
are
in mind
fair.
when he says never escape. This place is so close to Montreal that
Yeah,
it's
like,
ludicrous that you don't escape.
like it doesn't make sense. Everybody like they go to Montreal. It's like fucking the Amish and Roomspringen.
Okay.
They go to Montreal for university or to like go get an education in whatever fucking field they do, and then they go back to Hudson, and they
we're
live in
talking
Hudson.
a 15-minute drive.
It's about like
It's like an hour on the highway from downtown Montreal.
it's about an
Yeah,
hour
but
drive.
I'm saying off island, it's a 15-minute drive. I've done it because I used to drive this fucker home back in the day.
Oh
So
yeah.
I know how long it is. It's not that far, is all I'm trying to say. But this track is dope. That chorus is slow. And it really
love it.
showcases the fact that he can sing without auto-tune.
100%.
And
There's
he
no need
doesn't
he should
need
ever use
auto-tune.
auto-tune. Never use auto-tune.
Because his voice is dope. And Charlie Wilson taking that chorus and bringing it to the next level. I think
Absolutely.
is amazing.
Yep.
Flips
The
it up
song
a notch.
evolves. His flow, like his first verse is kind of common. In his second verse, he just shows talent. His third verse, he kind of hits a middle point. It evolves beautifully. This song is like, it's a banger, but it's not a banger.
It's a
deep
banger.
song, but because the banger is kind of like
It's a calm banger.
It's all sorts of shit at once, and I really like this song. I give it a 5. It is a clearly. I know you want to say this, but this may be the best song on the album.
It is the best song on the album. 100% the best
He
song on
doesn't
the
agree.
album.
He has his "I'm gonna take a shit" face on.
It's
No, I'm not about
it's
to take a shit on anything.
5. 100%. The somber tone and the smooth, calm delivery is just so easy to
I don't
connect
know if
with.
those verses are smooth, calm delivery. That's some technically proficient, harsh shit, but
Not the
subdued.
delivery, not the sound of his voice.
Okay. I see what you're saying.
It's easy to understand and easy to follow. It's technically complex,
Fair.
Okay.
but
Fair.
it doesn't get to the point like where Tech Nine makes it so technically complex
Right.
that
I like
you
Tech
don't
Nine.
understand what he's saying anymore.
Right.
And the sound of his voice is welcoming, and like he's telling you a story. You've met this dude in a bar, and he's back in town visiting his folks, and he's like, "Man, I had to get out of here." You know?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
he's
get
being
it.
honest.
It's a 5 on 5.
Being
you?
honest.
And
this
that
song-
video was just contrary to your beliefs.
I don't like the video because he sits there in a grocery store on a yellow mic with bananas in the background, and he just spits the shit. Then Charlie Wilson shows up and it ends.
Yeah, and it sort of
he
just
has
rotates,
a bunch of
but
positive opinions, but for me, it's very boring.
it enhances the somber sound, and it connects it to like a growing up. This is your local neighborhood grocery store, like that's across from your apartment
I see
building.
that.
It is one scene with a few shots.
It doesn't matter if it's
No,
one
but you
scene.
know what? You know what, Holden? I'm gonna go with James on this one only because I get where you're coming from. Like in
I
your
had that
town,
grocery
in
store.
your,
in
yeah,
Montreal.
I've had that grocery store.
So I grew up in Montreal. I'm a city boy. I don't come from small town fucking nowhere. I don't get it. I digress. That's okay.
Fair
So
enough.
5. Either way, we gave it a 5
I
on
know,
5 each.
and this guy obviously didn't.
Okay, well, you gotta stop talking shit, because I actually gave this song a 5 on 5 for how
Oh.
honest and real he is on this track. There is nothing wrong with this track.
That's fair.
The only thing I didn't like was the music video. I just feel like he's talking about his neighborhood and he's got this one scene. Even though that I did claim that it gives this whole like
Okay,
ominous thing, and I agree with James.
Shut the fuck up and slide on over there.
Ew.
That's not even a pun on the next song. The next song is called Blinds.
Form head, it's the banana boy. Favorite color, you know. Yellow is the new black.
This is like the ego track,
Absolutely.
That's all it is.
and it's fun.
It's a super fun ego track. The delivery is just so.
His cadence is dope.
Yeah.
I like the fact
the
that he has
cadence,
a
thank
whole
you.
new voice, like a deeper voice. The beat's great, but it's still an ego track, and I like his puns.
His puns are the best.
He comes in with, again, weird shit that is just not what you're hearing. And when you
Yeah.
consider, like,
He fucking references SpongeBob somewhere on the album.
Dude,
Yes, he does.
that's not the first rapper. Denzel Curry does it as well,
I
and
don't
that's
care
what I
if
was
it's the
bringing.
first or not.
No, but
But
I'm
if you
bringing
wanna
up the
compare
fact
it-
that these kids are all millennials.
I
They're
don't
growing
agree.
up. It's about
I
that
think
time
that
that we
if
start
you
talking
wanna-
about what the new shit is.
but if you want to compare, like, a Denzel Curry, which honestly, lyrically is indistinguishable from most of his peers, even if his flow might be whatever, this song doesn't feel like anybody else wrote it.
Okay.
And when you have an ego track, it's like when Eric B. and Rakim did their ego tracks, and it just stood out.
Right.
We keep comparing to Eric B. and Rakim. That's what we
Thanks,
do.
Bonnie.
I
But,
don't know who they are.
That's fine. We'll teach you after.
Go check out the other show.
But what I'm trying to say is his distinction still pulls through on this song. And as much as it is an ego track, it's like not a cocky ego track. It's kind of like
Earnest.
Yeah. And I gave it a 4 on 5 because it doesn't necessarily have the same life. It's short. It's fun. It's dope. It is what it is. 4 on 5.
Nice.
It really bounces along the whole way through. It's just super easy to just fall into the flow and come out the other end.
Yep.
Sounds dirty, but
It is what it is, James.
yes, it
what
is.
it is.
So I'm gonna give it a 3.5.
And you?
Well, I actually gave the song a 4 on 5. I thought it was really cool. I liked how he was like, look, I want the blinds closed because I want to watch myself on fucking TV and not feel like I'm like narcissistic or whatever it is.
Yeah,
Or
there's that.
even feel like I don't need people peeping in my window watching me watch myself. But I also feel like there's this type of like, Aminé's got this type of self-reflection, kind of like while he's watching himself on the TV. It's I don't know if he really wants to be what he sees on the TV, but he's doing it because he's making $1. That's just how I feel, straight up.
Sure.
But other than that, the song itself is like, it's really cool. It's really in depth. I think he is blinded by what's going on with all the fame and living in the fast lane, and I think he needs to take a step back and realize who he truly is still.
Well, I think
think
that
he's
the
very
entire
aware.
point of this song is that he is aware that this is something he needs to do and is doing it.
right,
Boom.
right,
Because he wrote the song.
Yeah,
right.
because if what you were saying is the revelation he is having,
How did he write it in the song?
yeah,
The song is depicting the message that he's trying
Yes.
to fulfill.
Like that time he was up in fucking Dakota.
Say, my confidence are raising, but I wish it was a grape. Holes in my soul, cause
I felt this song was fucking boring compared to
thank
the
you
other
God,
ones.
it was just there.
And I don't think it was bad. It's well produced. He does all the right things. It doesn't feel right though. Like
It's just
Doesn't
it's
do
a
anything.
it's a
like,
B-side track.
Charlie Wilson turned Turf into a next level track. Charlie Wilson was just kind of there on this, and I don't know, man. Maybe there's some genius to this track I'm not getting.
Do you
But
guys
know
see
what?
it?
The truth is, I'm fucking bored, and I tried. I listened to almost every one of these songs twice in a row just to make sure I got like the full benefit of this track. And I just still don't get it. Look, it's well produced. It does exactly what it's supposed to do as a song. I guess he's reflecting on that one time he was in, I think it's North Dakota, and some shit happened. I don't even know what this song is about.
I
I
think
would-
he's just reminiscing about how he wants everybody to kind of Because I took it in like he wants girls to be like Dakota Fanning, straight up.
Is that what this is about? Is it about
Like,
Dakota
dude,
Fanning?
I'm not gonna lie. Maybe I have an obsession with her. Please, like, I think I have a problem. But every time I hear Dakota, she's the first person I think of. And just the fact that he referenced her in the song, I'm kind of just like, okay, either you had a mad crush on this girl or you have a mad crush on this girl.
I think
Like,
of pipelines.
I hear Dakota, I think of, pipelines.
I don't know. I don't know how you think of Fanning. I mean,
I don't know, man. Like,
Anybody else
think
think Dakota's fanning sounds really funny?
Yeah, a little bit. But yeah, I don't know. YouTube, sorry. I fucked up on this one. I didn't care about this
it's
song
okay.
so
The
much.
song's a 4 on 5. It ain't a bad track. I mean, it's produced well. It's a nice
3.
sounding beat. He's got a good flow,
But
but
it's boring compared to the
it
rest of
is
the
kind of
song.
boring. But it's
If I
not
was giving,
bad.
hold on, this is how I see it, man. If I was giving 4s to like better songs than this, how the fuck could I give this a 4? It's a 3.
This song does not deserve
I like
a
the
4.
way he presented the track and the way he flowed it. It was
like
really
the way he
nice and
presented
very
your mom.
intricate. It was cool.
I guess.
It was cool.
It's just like, look, it's not that this song was in and of itself a bad song.
Right.
It's just that it didn't sound novel. This guy has managed to, for the most part on this album,
Sound
present
distinct on every single track.
Exactly.
Yep.
In a way that is really rare in hip hop. And this,
Really rare in music outside of like
Yeah.
subgenre stuff.
you're completely right about that. But in this case, it's not even that it didn't feel right. It made sense to be on the album or
It just
whatever.
didn't do anything
Yeah,
terribly
it
great.
was just kind of bland.
It was there. It was placed on the album to fill a track.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm missing the brilliance again. I'll bump it again tomorrow. See if I miss something. But
I don't
fuck
think
it.
I'll bump it again ever.
I don't know. I guess
It's
we
fine.
can. I guess now my sliding.
Okay, we can
pumps.
just slide on to the next track. Let's go.
Motherfucker. Slide. We're back onto the more fun and interesting vibes, and again about a girl.
I just want to state how he goes, this isn't a booty call, but it is a booty call.
No, he's like, it isn't a booty call. It's just kind of dinner. It's a little snack in the middle.
It's a booty call, but with presents and gifts,
But I
dude.
think
Like,
what he's doing is he's implying the fact that so often people are like, look, I mean, when I was single and doing the whole dating thing, people don't call sex sex. You don't booty call. You chill. You do all these other weird illusions. So it's like, no, it's not really a booty call. Let's go get a bite to eat. Wink, wink. And it's just, I think he's kind of playing up on that a little bit, making fun of the dating culture.
I don't know. Maybe I'm a little different, but if I'm like dating, all right, and I'm like, yo, you want to get a bite to eat? Look, if
But he's single. He's macking.
no, but that's what I'm saying. If I was single and I was like, hey, you want to get a bite to eat? Yes, my further intention is I hopefully somehow we smash. But I mean, if we don't,
Every
like, I'm
time I hear
not.
somebody say smash.
I'm not like.
What I'm trying to say is nobody goes out there really and goes, let's go fuck. You do something else and it turns into fucking. Yeah.
Everybody knows it's gonna be fucking.
I'm just straight up like, hey, so
Yeah.
I want this.
If you were a little less straight up, your success rate goes up.
I get what I want. I'm just gonna state
Listen,
that right
he's
now.
in a
Girls want
relationship.
honesty.
He's got girlfriends. The
No,
entire time I've known
this
him.
is before the
Zero
ex,
fucking
dude.
player-ish
It's
shit.
just
So when he was
I want
really
this.
young, now he's gonna learn as an adult. Everybody likes innuendo.
right, because Mr. in a relationship's gonna teach me.
I'm saying, Mr. I've been single as a late 20s person. I can tell you that innuendo's a lot more as you get older than you'd think.
All right.
Either way, I think he was making fun of dating culture and how undirect it is. And then he goes into the whole thing. I don't know. It's a fun song. I
was.
gave it a 4. I don't think I don't have much more to say about it because I can't remember what he said at this moment in any other part of the song except for that, which isn't necessarily like great.
It's not a
too.
memorable song, we'll say that.
But I don't think
Yeah.
it's like Dakota kind of filler. I think it is still feeling the vibe. I think if this came on when I was out there, I wouldn't necessarily notice it, but it would keep the vibe alive.
It definitely
Fair.
isn't something that would be noticeable. It slides right into the background.
Nice.
Right, that was a good pun. We should have used that instead of anything shitty we said.
All right. I gave it a 4. I'm just.
I
Yeah,
gave
it's
it
a 4.
too. I think it is a well-made, non-rememberable song.
It's a well-made background filler song to just
Yeah.
take
yeah.
up some time on a track and
I agree.
Mostly
make
because he's already done a better girl song than this.
Yeah.
And a worse girl song than this.
Yep, and it's also just like you gotta have that moment in the album when people have been drinking for a while,
So you're basically trying to say that you're trying to get the drunk guys to spend their money on the album.
Whip and my daddy need a crib. Got a phone, little nigga. Why the fuck I need a rolling?
You ever have a song where like the concept's fucking amazing?
So Cream.
Yeah, it's his Cream.
So this is the modern day Cream, dude.
I just wrote that. It's his Cream.
I would say yes and no. I would say literally instead of saying cash rules everything around him, he says money rules whatever. But really, what he's trying to say is Cream is more about the acquisition. Of
Okay,
wealth.
I get
This
you.
is
I
more
get
about
you.
The consequences of that.
I don't
And
think it's the consequences.
He's becoming aware of what happens with money, the negative, the positive, like everything about money in his life.
I don't
First,
know where
he
you
comes
see
from
that.
the point where he's craving it and he wants it and he needs
Okay,
it because it's
okay.
almost an obsession. Then he gets it. And he starts to realize that A, it doesn't satisfy his shit, but B, it has problems coming with it, and C, life is really.
I don't see that. I don't
Yeah,
see
that's
that.
fine.
I'm starting to think that maybe it's more like he knows that money rules the world, so he has to go and participate in that money game to be part of to be like on
That's the
top.
bad side.
Yeah. It's
I didn't
definitely
really take it as a bad
discussion
side. I took it
No,
as him
dude.
more like being
It's
self-aware of
corrupt
how
as
the world
fuck.
works.
It's like that Bible verse says, "For the love of money is the root of all evil." The fact is, it's almost like an obsession, an addiction, a drug,
Yeah.
right? And he sees the consequences of that. And now that he has it, it has benefits.
Yeah, it
But it
talks
also
about how
has
cash
downsides.
rules everything around him in a variety of different contextual ways.
Yeah.
Right.
Through a spectrum of growth as a human being and the awakening to
Which is
the
a
understanding.
little bit different than I grew up on the crime side, the New York rhyme side, and
Well,
cetera.
right.
Yeah.
Contextually, both meanings, both messages of the songs are different. But
It's a
in terms
more-
of the concept, money rules everything. You got to go out and chase your money.
Absolutely.
I think it's deeper than that, though. I
It's-
think that when you limit it like that, you're taking something like, yeah, go out there and get the money. But no, he's saying, I had to go out there and get the money because I didn't have a choice.
Yeah.
Right.
And
It's a
now that I have the
dissection of the
money-
problems of capitalist society
Yeah.
and the situations that young adults find themselves in and the desperation with
But
which
also
one pursues
the-
wealth to try and find a modicum of self-comfort in
But
the world.
also just like our focus on self-worth being defined
Yes,
specifically
I love
by
that part about how self-esteem is made by money. Because
But that-
I have felt at times when I have been broke and poor that my value as a human being is less
Yeah.
for my struggles to find a job that paid me an adequate wage.
Yeah.
I understand entirely, but what I'm saying is that it's just deeper than what you're saying. It's more than just
Of
cash rules
course.
everything around me.
It is.
It's cash rules everything around me, and here's why.
Yes, it's a dissection
So-
of the concept.
I had a lot of trouble with grading this. I think this is one of the few times in the entire of my reviewing where I could barely decide on a grade. On the one hand, I wanted to give this a 5 because it's brilliant. But really, I could not listen to this all the time because it's kind of dreary, and that chorus is a lot. So that chorus bothers me, and by the end of it, I'm annoyed. Even though the verses are amazing and the beginning of the chorus is great. So I had to settle on a 4 for this track, although it nearly got a 5, and I plussed it, and I'm going to bump this again, but there's parts of
It's
it
a
that
once in a while.
Yeah, it's not an everyday.
It got an everyday for me. It's a 5 on 5. This is a morning track, as we all know I like to do. I wake up in the morning, I bump this track, I go to my job, I sell my soul for 8 hours, and then I come here, and I bump this track, and I come do this to make the money, and you know what it is. 5 on 5. That's all I gotta say.
Cool. That was
And you?
4.
Okay. Yeah, you kind of agreed with me the whole way through, so I'm going to assume we had similar feelings.
Yeah, just a bunch of lazy beach boys, bro. That's all I
Go
gotta
fuck
say.
yourself.
Perfect in my psyche. Psych, bitch, I'm not. I'm as insecure as most. Like a
So this is like the last track on the album as far as the regular album goes. What an excellent way to end it. If there was like an album closing song that made me feel great, considering this was it. It's like it's about him. It's the first time I think he's really addressed himself.
It's him on a plate.
And he just kind
Silver
of
plate.
explains his philosophy, his point of view. It shows how self-aware he is. It shows how wise he is.
But it gives you this whole like imagery of him actually being on a beach. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of, like, because of the name, the title of the song is called Beach Boy, I kind of just had him kind of just, like, sitting there on a beach and just acknowledging what's going on.
It makes me consider, like, that, like, surfer kind of Californian personality type of the Beach Boys.
I see that.
Airy, and he's just, like, a real epitomization of that personality.
Laid back,
hip-hop.
easygoing, happy and outgoing
Like,
and
he's
approachable. And really into his craft of what he is doing.
Fair
But
enough.
on top of that, he's positive. He doesn't like to stress about the little things. He just runs with life as it is. He does what he has to do. And honestly, I am mad impressed by this dude. I think this track is, the beat's amazing. His flows are amazing. This is a straight 5. Like,
The way
it feels great.
It really does a nice, like, pumping spike with the way he delivers his lines.
Right.
It's like, bah, 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 bah. Every single bit really clear and distinct and super tightly timed.
Mm-hmm.
It was really interesting to hear with that sort of, like, laid back, wheezy tone to his voice.
Yeah.
It was sonically really pleasing because it created a nice set of contradictions to, like, it's very hard to imagine somebody with a voice like that having delivery that punctual. And
Either way, it's a 5. It is a great fucking track.
I'll give it a 5-2.
I mean, as much as you might say Turf is the best song, this contends.
I would give you that. I'm still gonna side on Turf because
This contends.
it means more to me.
Like, I'm torn between something like Turf, Beach Boy, or Caroline as the top tracks on this
Beach
album.
Boy's a good track. It's just fucking long.
Nah.
Like, for me, I like the song. I like everything about it. It's just, I feel like it drags on.
I love
and
the outro.
that's
The
where
metal
I'm
songs,
just-
so long
the
songs
way
are
it
good.
flipped, because
Right.
check it. It flips at the end, right? It doesn't stay static, and it gets more elaborate. And
Right.
It gets more, and then it almost feels like
It's creative. It is very creative. I just felt it to be a little long. And I was just like, but again, on my
Listen.
part, this is, like, for me, this isn't the end of
I'm
the
okay
album because
with
we
it.
have another one.
Well, it's still
bonus
still,
track.
Still, I just
it
want to
gives
say,
me-
as much as it's really long, okay, I'm not done yet. As much as it might feel long, it's one thing for it to be like, think about it. It's 3.5 minutes, the normal song length of one thing, then a minute and change of another flipping thing. So it changes it up.
You're just lucky it wasn't a Slash song.
It wasn't at all. It totally.
It was
fit.
definitely a Slash song. He just made it in a way where he transitioned
The
it.
parts that he said all made sense. That outro fit what he was going through.
Okay.
The Slash song is like a completely different thing.
So, Holden, would you say Slash songs give you the heebie-jeebies?
Oh, it fucking pissed me off. So we got a duet, Heebiejeebies, with Hehlani. I guess that's how you say her name.
Yes.
I like the duet part. First of all, duets are cool, and I like the fact that she sings and he raps, and it creates a contrast. And
It's always a good flow combination.
and this song isn't bad. It's just it's bad after Beach Boy.
Yeah.
But that's okay, because this is a bonus track, and had this been in the middle of the album, I probably would have thought it was good. So I took it with a grain of salt when it was a bonus track.
That's fair. I was kind of burnt out after the entire album.
Fair enough.
By the time I got to this point, I was like, is it over?
Yeah, but
I felt a little bit the same way just because I was like, it's, for me, Beach Boy, even though it was a little long, it was still like a acknowledgement and realization of a bunch of shit. This was just back into like, you the girl that give me the heebie-jeebies because you got a big ass, big tits, and big hips. Like, it was just back to the whole like girl context. And I was like, yeah, you kind of made your point throughout the entire album.
apparently this ties into that earlier track on the album about girls, and it's like a continuation to it.
Really? I didn't get that at all.
This is what the Genius said. So
Oh, the genius. Yes,
listen,
the almighty genius.
Genius is good, but I don't know. It's not that this song was bad, by any means. But
no,
I
it just
understand why it
wasn't
wasn't
anything
on the
special
album.
anymore.
It's not that. It's that it sonically didn't fit the album.
Fair enough.
It didn't
You're right.
belong
It's
here.
a lot more mainstream sounding than the rest
This
of
is
the
an
stuff.
excellent
even.
single. This is a great way for Buddy to get out there, get some recognition, get put out there. But if you're really listening to this project, it's got a distinct sound, and I have to give him mad
It has
credit.
a narrative arc too.
And so this is just an extra track that did really well. and he threw it on as the bonus. You know, like it was probably out there and floating around. I give it a 4. It's a pretty duet. It really is well made. They both sound good. Again, 0 parts of this album sound stupid, and we're on track 15, so I can say that.
That's remarkable.
On the exception of Offset, 0 parts of this album sound stupid. Why are you flipping me off? And then
You're just hating.
Because Migos' one little part there isn't great in terms of
You're just hating. I
intelligence.
guaranteed if Migos was like, hey, let's do something,
I
you'd
would
be
say
like,
no.
yeah, that's a bullshit lie.
Nah, I'm not a sellout. I have integrity. I don't really.
I have
like
integrity. I still work with a famous artist.
That
Straight
is-
up.
Well,
That
it
is a
depends
contradiction.
entirely on what
You like Migos and you would fuck with your son. I don't. It would be a sellout move for me, and I'm not like that.
Fair.
Still, it's a 4. It's really well made for what it is. It's just weird after the other 14 songs.
Okay.
I'll give it a 3.5. It's just, it's a little bit of a burnout considering, like, I don't know. I would like my bonus tracks to not feel like they're a waste of a bonus track slot.
Maybe you didn't have anything else.
Sure, but why not save that for, like, not this?
I don't know.
I feel you. I gave it a 4 on 5. It wasn't a bad track. I just felt it was like, okay, I felt like Aminé just had to put back in the whole girl like context back into the album when he ended it on such a
This
great
isn't on
way.
the album. It's a bonus track.
It's still
I mean, it's technically there, but it's not really.
look. If I go to fucking Best Buy and I look at your album and it's on the album, it's on the fucking
yeah,
album.
but if it says bonus track,
I
he's
don't care. It's on the
implying-
album. I have to purchase the fucking CD to
he's
listen to this song.
implying That this isn't part of the thematic theme of the album. It's an extra.
Then don't add it.
Why
Like,
wouldn't you
don't
want the
add
theme
it.
Track?
Because to me, for bonus tracks, for me,
He doesn't
honestly,
understand the concept of added value.
no, I
obviously.
get added value, but you know what? I would want to have a concept where it's like the entire album has a concept, and the
Yeah, but-
bonus track that's like the hidden
you're
secret
buying-
link or whatever the fuck
No,
it
no.
is
This
relates
is
to the
not
album.
Something that you're gonna get when you buy the disc. It's something you're gonna get when you get the digital copy, so you get the extra track. Relax. Anyway, let's talk about the album review. Sum it up and this shit because it's been on for a bit now. I was really willing to hate this album when I started it because the
You're a
first
hater.
time it bothered me.
You're a hater.
I gave this album a 4.2.
Shit.
To me, this is a classic of this era. I have heard a lot of guys of the new era, and honestly, nobody has impressed me like Aminé has. He has the intelligence of something like Jay-Z in terms of wisdom and an understanding of what
Yep.
to do with wealth. He has the charm and power of something like Amigos in terms of the fun understanding of the new sound. This guy has the potential to become something truly remarkable in the modern hip-hop world.
I'd probably say, if I round out all my numbers, and my math's probably wrong, but I'll average it to a 4. There's some really great tracks on it that I really like, but it's just, I wouldn't listen to most of it more than once.
Okay.
And that's
We're
partially
gonna convert
because
him YouTube.
Don't worry.
it's just not as much
He's a
what I'm
metalhead.
interested in.
Fair enough.
I love good hip hop. This is definitely good hip hop, and there's some tracks on this that'll stay on my phone. I'll bump them, and I'll enjoy bumping them repeatedly. But a lot of the album's just not worth me re-listening to, and to really have anything over a 4, you got to have a lot more replayability.
Fair enough.
And you?
I give it a 4.1. It's not a bad album. I do like the sound of it. I do like Aminé's flow. I do like the features on him. But I don't think I would really go back to this album every day.
Am I the only person here who is actually actively planning on going back to this album?
No,
This is
no,
like
maybe
my
not.
new Excel.
Okay, when you say
worksheet
actively, are you talking like you're going to be listening to it every single day?
I foresee myself for at least the next couple of weeks, at least listening to
Right,
half
but
of
that's
this
that's
album
the same
all the
thing
time.
as what we said on fucking last week's
No.
Headspace when we did
Hear me out.
Meek Mill. We would
I-
listen to him for the next 2-3 weeks, and then
I
what?
did not like Meek Mill's album to the degree. Like, I gave Meek Mill like a 3 point something. No, this is like one of the first albums where like I've been like, wow, there's something amazing here that I want to go back to. He's got an interesting sound, and I can tell
I'm looking
you,
forward
he's
to seeing
got
his
that
second
sound
album.
that when I listen to shit at work, because I don't want to listen to stuff that's too intensive. I want to listen to stuff that's kind of poppy enough to engage me. And then I can kind of zone out to it. I get lost in the vibe. I bop around. I enjoy myself. And this is it. This is the album to listen to if you work in an office, because it's going to make your day better.
Fair enough.
Everything's about office music to this man.
Well, I work in an office, and then I edit a lot of podcasts and shit. So I spend so much fucking time in front of a computer. It's awful. I digress. I don't know. You guys have anything more to say on this?
No, that's the head of our fucking headspace today. Hope you guys like this episode. Don't forget to leave the comments. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button.
Like the video if you liked it. Let us know what you think.
Check out the other shows.
Check out his shit.
Fallout Nuclear Convoy. Follow me at Chris Chrome 93.
He totally said Fallout
All right.
Nuclear Convoy.
Peace. Have a great night.
Too sweet.